I will find him and make him mine as soon as I leave your corpse for the crows, Amaris told her. The inflection of her voice had shifted from that of a playful young girl to a raspy threat of a demon. I will find him and allow him to live a happy life. Soleil drew a sword and brandished it in front of her threateningly. One that you will not be a part of. There was no sound in the forest. All of the animals and birds had flew when they had come crashing into their home. It was eerily quiet as Amaris's shadow fell over her. Soleil cried out as tiny hands burst forward out of Amaris' shadow and wrapped around her legs. She had no time to react as Amaris appeared in front of her, an inch away from her face. She reached forward, wrapped her arms around Soleil's neck. You are beautiful, Amaris told her huskily as Soleil struggled, trying not to meet Amaris's eye. She was staring intently at her. The shadowy hands on Soleil's legs bound her almost completely. Snap out of it, Soleil. Amaris shot a look towards Mike, who was standing some distance away, hiding behind a large tree. Soleil had not needed the advice, but she appreciated the distraction. She burst forward, smashing her head against Amaris's in a vicious headbutt. She relinquished her hold on her as she staggered backward. Soleil, still struggling with her legs, grabbed hold of Amaris' arms and used her core strength to lift the vampire up and over her head. Soleil screamed as she bent back, and then slammed Amaris back into the ground. She reached for her bag, only to realize with horror that one of the hands had untied it and let it drop to the ground. Amaris floated upwards gracefully, staring at her intently. She landed on her feet, her red eyes glowing with an evil light. Her gaze was penetrating. A woman of true strength, she commended. But I fear that your strength is nothing compared to mine. The hands crawled further up her leg and onto her thigh. Soleil squirmed uncomfortably as the hands began to crawl across her hip. These hands were made of shadows. If she just had some light, she could get rid of them. "Mike!" she cried. "Shine me with your phone flashlight!" He recoiled, giving her a horrified look. He did not move. Soleil immediately regretted asking him to step in. She had done nothing but make him a target. Amaris, however, did not seem interested in subduing him. "Oh, Soleil," she purred. "There will be no knight in shining armor coming to save you." One of the hands squeezed her bottom. She gave a sharp cry, clenching her fist in rage. Amaris giggled. "You're so fun to tease," she said, as she stepped closer to her, her wild black hair falling across her face. Soleil flinched as the other woman came closer to her, raising a soft, beautiful hand to her cheek. "But thy life must end." She lurched forward and tore her teeth into Soleil's neck. Soleil felt an intense pleasure flow through her entire body. She let out a deep moan as she threw her head backward as Amaris wrapped her arm around her head. "No!" She headbutted her again, and Amaris pulled away with a lurch a small portion of Soleil's neck in her mouth. Soleil gasped in pain as a large portion of blood dripped down her neck. She did not want to imagine just what the state of her neck was in. Amaris growled at her. "You are stubborn," she said to her darkly. "Submit!" Soleil glowered at her as she raised her fists.